What makes you feel good? What floats your boat and makes your steps lighter? What puts a smile on your face without fail and make even your Monday blues disappear? Well, those are the kind of positive ideas we want to focus on, because from this point on, it's good vibes only. On Good Vibes Only, we invite some good people into the studio to talk about good things only. And that is whatever makes us feel happy, whether it's foods, moods, hoods, or goods. And today's good person with the good vibes is TV personality and entrepreneur, and perhaps the most well-known and beloved Indian man in all of Korea. It's Lucky!
Oh, hi everyone. Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a big fan of yours, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is quite exciting. Thanks for that nice introduction. My name is Lucky. I'm from India. Like she said, I'm a businessman and a TV personality and a YouTuber and also running a small restaurant.
Wow, you are a multi-entertainer, doing so many things.
It's,
wow.
life brings a lot of surprises. I was just doing a show before this that was in Korean language.
I heard.
And now I'm speaking in English. So this is, it's a crazy land, right?
Yeah, you were telling me about your background story a little bit, and so international. You were, of course, not just
I'm
in
listening.
Korea.
Bring all the nice words. Yes, I'm taking. Yeah.
You were not. Korea isn't your first country
No,
that you
actually,
lived
my first destination abroad was Korea. So I was 19 years old when my father, because he had some acquaintance in Korea, so he decided to send me to Korea. So my first international long flight was to Korea, 1996. I still remember the date exactly.
1996.
24th of March, I flew from Mumbai to Kimpo International Airport. There was no Incheon Airport back in the days,
Wow.
1996. Yeah.
1996.
Yes,
So you came to Korea way before I did, because I was in Hong Kong.
Oh,
I
when
grew
did you
up in
come
Hong
to
Kong.
Korea?
I came to Korea in 2007.
Oh, so late. All the fun was happening in 90s.
Yeah, but I was still in Hong Kong when Hong Kong was very Hong Kong.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. It's fun. It's been almost 28, 29 years, and like in Korean saying, they say a mountain, a river changes after every 10 years. So I think I have seen the analog to digital changes of Korea. So it's an amazing journey, actually.
Yeah, and the shift from 1990s to now, the change in Korea has been, a lot has changed.
We have 1 hour, or I can speak this for 20 hours actually. There's so much of the
1
stories.
hour, unfortunately.
1 hour. No, it's been a great journey. I never thought I would be here for so long. A lot of people think I came on a one-way ticket, but it wasn't like that. I came because my father decided, obviously, and I thought I would stay for an year or so, but somehow destiny, had different plans, so I ended up staying here for such a long time.
That's amazing.
No, I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful. People say, I have one motherland, but I have two motherlands, India and Korea. So I'm a little more stronger, and I feel a little more luckier.
So, I mean, you're Korean. I saw on your YouTube.
Yeah. You really saw our YouTube?
I did, yeah.
Oh, wow. Samosa, 354, yeah, Samosa.
Why is it called Samosa?
Oh, well, you have to see the YouTube. There is
I haven't watched that episode.
It's actually a name of an Indian appetizer, samosa.
Oh, yes, samosa.
So it's kind of like a fried dumpling, very soft on the outside
very
and
delicious.
Very flavorful from inside.
I've had
so
that
it's three of us, me, Alberto, and Daniel. So we thought let's try to do a wordplay. It can also be called as 354, or also as like something, lot of interesting facts and topics. We are all the non-summit members, so we always like to create something interesting.
That's very creative and interesting. And I'm going to ask you more about your YouTube channel.
Please, throw on the questions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're looking at the photos of samosa.
Oh,
very
yeah,
delicious.
There you go. So if you have a chance to go to any Indian restaurant, or if you're going to India, you should definitely try samosas, because just like a Korean mandu, you have varieties of flavor. Samosa has so much of flavors. You have chicken, you have vegetarian, the most loved appetizer of Indians.
And And speaking of Indian restaurants,
Yes.
you have your own restaurant.
Yes, I have opened one 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
And it did really well because I have two chefs from India and they're doing a fantastic job. It's not a very fancy restaurant, but we try to create authentic Indian menu.
Oh, so is it more like a local restaurant?
Yes, so the whole concept is the food should be as close as Indian and the how to say, the interior should be as close as Korean. So usually what happens is
Really?
Indian restaurants are mostly like the interiors are Indian and the food becomes
Yeah.
very global.
Yeah, the food becomes more
very
fusion
exactly.
Indian.
Which is not bad actually. You know, everything is a good concept. But I just want to like change a different, try different things. So yeah.
You try to give it a little
Yeah,
shift.
so we have very modern interiors, very neutral setup, but the food is very authentic.
I love that idea because
Yeah.
when I first came to Korea in 2007, they like right now they have lots of Chinese restaurants and dim
Yeah.
sum places, but back then they didn't. They didn't even have egg tarts, no
Okay.
Hong Kong egg tarts, no dim sums back then. But I really missed the food, right? But
Yeah.
it's not like I could go back anytime. So and then later on when they started to have these dim sum restaurants, it didn't taste like the local food that I tasted in Hong Kong. So I was very 아쉬워.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're sticking with authentic Indian food, I like that.
I like how you say that's very ashiwa. Yes, but you
I
know,
can't think of a better expression.
yeah, I mean, like, you know, Hyerim, you mentioned a very nice thing. When you travel anywhere, what happens if one concept clicks? Everybody tries to copy the same thing, which is not bad. You know, like if this is working, you can try it. But if everybody's doing the same thing, you kind of feel like, well, why do I have to do the same thing? So it could be kind of a little your own, you can say like your own way of thinking or your own process, but also kind of your little ego you have. You want to do something different from others.
Right.
So, you know, I have my MBTI is ENFP.
ENFP.
ENFP. So ENFP, they love spotlights. They want to be different. You know, they want to create their own history. So maybe that's the also reason I want to do something different. Even if I'm doing the same thing, I want to do it in a different way.
I think that's good to take the idea that everybody
Yes.
has and kind of add
Exactly.
your own flavor to
Absolutely.
it, right?
Yes.
All right, and as I've mentioned, you are a business person, broadcaster, or TV personality, and now also a YouTuber.
Yes.
So what takes up most of your days?
Well, everything is fun, honestly. Like, I should be very, I'm not trying to be very humble, very honestly. Working on TV is not work for me because, like I mentioned, I'm ENFP. I love to be surrounded with people. So if I tell
You
about
love the spotlight.
It's spotlight, sharing your stories. Like even if I met you for the first time, in short time, I can get to know about your stories, how many languages you speak. So this kind of conversation brings a lot of good energy for me. So when you work on television set, you meet different people and you hear their stories and you share your stories. So I
Right.
think you get to learn a lot. So I don't get stressed about it. I'm not saying other people get stressed, but for me, it's kind of like, you know, like you're getting paid and also learning a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Same with YouTube, because the kind of content we are doing, we mostly travel in Korea. We try to get close to the Korean culture or the Korean society. We are also learning, and in the process, we are trying to show the other people outside the country what Korea is all about. So, you know, like, it's not a very stressful job. Like, every time people say, now it's summertime, what's your plan for 여름 휴가? Like, what's your summer vacation plan? And I said, like, I'm not very hungry about vacations because the work I'm doing, it was a lot of traveling and
That's
eating
true.
good food and seeing a lot of new places. So I'm kind of like already doing a lot of traveling. So it's a kind of a blessing. I don't feel very fatigued, but yes, of course, sometimes, you know, you kind of feel like, you know, you're getting a little bit tired. So I try to just listen to good Korean music or watch a movie and relax that way.
Wow, I love your good vibe.
Yes, oh, that's the name of the show of the
Yeah,
Good Vibes, right?
I was just thinking you are perfect for this segment.
All right.
Just so full of good, lucky vibes.
Anytime.
And I love, and I 100% agree with you that as we're working as TV entertainers,
Yes.
we're getting so much from that.
Yeah.
So we're getting paid to to entertain people and
Yes.
to be entertained
Yes.
at the same time.
Just in case you think we're getting paid for doing nothing, no. We do a lot of hard work. We study a lot.
Of
to
course,
speak
of
for this
course.
1 minute, we do a lot of work. But it's fun.
We go through the scripts and we have
Process,
to
yes.
do some researchings and of course. So I feel like 방송 is your thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
방송, I think. It comes naturally to me, and I like to talk. Sometimes I talk too much, so I'm trying to control my instinct to reduce my...
Please talk as much as you want on this show.
It could be a TMI, too much of information
We
for
love
you.
TMIs.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Well,
go
you
ahead.
have the right person in the show then. I started my career as a travel guide in 1996. So when I was learning Korean, I was traveling with Korean people to India. And in this long distance of traveling, you have to always speak, because if you're just sitting in the bus with the clients, then they're getting bored. So you have to entertain them. So I think I learned this trick when I was really young, and it kind of come naturally to me. So I kind of enjoy. But sometimes my friends say, "Oh, Lucky, you talk too much." So I'm trying to reduce my content that way.
So you were a travel guide back in, how old were you?
I was 19 when I started. I did it for a good 2-3 years, and then IMF happened, and the traveling industry got a little bit of a dent because the Korean one just was inflated so much. So I did it for 2-3 years, and I recently went for a TV show to India with 5 Korean celebrities, and I was their official guide. So it was quite fun.
I'm going to ask you about that later too.
Sure.
So out of so many titles you have, what is your most preferred title for now?
Like, you can feel like I'm talking this as a robot, like an AI, because so many people ask me this question, like you're multitasking. I always say the same thing. Like, people say, like, maybe you like this job because you get more earnings from it. I think for me, I try to do the job by my requirement in that job. Like, if I'm sitting in this radio show, nonetheless, how much I'm getting paid is not the value. What I bring as Lucky to that show is more important. So that's my motivation. Like, if I'm going to a restaurant, what is my value in that restaurant? If I'm in a TV studio, what is my value in that TV studio? Or if I'm doing my business, what is my value there? So I try to focus that way rather how much are my profits. So I think I enjoy all the things I get to do.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, so you
Very
don't,
clear.
Yeah, so I can feel that you're you're a person who knows how to be grateful.
Very much, very much.
To be thankful for everything you have.
Yes.
And you don't take things for granted. That's
Yes.
amazing. And, you know, I read online that you prefer or decided not to call yourself 방송인 because someday you might not do 방송.
Did I say that?
I read it on
You
on
know,
an article. Was it fake news?
I
don't
won't say
know.
fake news. I'm glad like somebody wrote about me. I'm very thankful for that. But I had never said like I don't like to be called bangsong. The reference might be, let me. Like people say like, oh, he's only a bangsong. He's not focusing on his business. Or he's only a saupka. He's not doing a restaurant thing. So maybe the reference was, I value all the jobs, rather just being called as a bangsongin. Not like I don't want to be called as a bangsongin.
Yeah, perhaps they got the idea.
Yes. I just rephrasing, recorrecting. I like to be called whatever you feel like calling me.
Because reading that made me think twice because after my group disbanded, I didn't know what to call myself because I wasn't performing anymore. What am I? So I started to call myself 방송인. But then reading that article of yours, I thought, oh, maybe, I don't know. It made me think a lot about the title.
It's because maybe it could be a cultural difference. In India, people have a little bit of, they're more vocal, outspoken about what they do or where they live. So maybe it's part of a culture. In India, it's not like what you're doing forever. If you have done something for even once, that is your title. That stays with you for the rest of your life. You were a K-pop idol. It is the fact. It doesn't matter if you're doing it still or not.
You still have
You still have that title. So like I always say sometimes I was a badminton player because when I was in high school, I was a national level badminton player. So I always say like, well, I'm also a badminton player, even if I'm not playing it. Some people can find it a little arrogant or maybe it's saying like, oh, he's too much proud about himself, he's trying to show off. But I think it's a cultural difference. You should speak and tell people what you have done.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit of a cultural difference. Yes, I agree.
Korea is very humble that way. Oh, we don't.
I'm not that anymore. You know.
But inside they're like, you know who I am.
You know who you're talking to? It's the Wonder Girls. I'm just kidding.
So scared.
All right, well, we're going to start chatting in earnest after a quick song break. And as usual, we've asked our guests to bring in some song choices to share with us on the show today. So let's listen to the first song on Lucky's playlist. Here is Kaho and his song, 시작, Start Over. We just heard 시작, Start Over by Kaho. And that was from the soundtrack of a K-drama series.
Yes.
Itaewon Class.
Yes.
Yeah, did you watch the drama?
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite drama series, actually. A lot of Indians also have seen that drama, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I've seen it too. And
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's a great drama.
Yeah.
Especially, I love the song choice. It's a great way, it's a great song to start the segment with.
Yes, start your day, and if you're traveling abroad, and if you start your day, and if you listen to this song, it brings so much of good vibes in you. So try to listen to this song when you're traveling abroad, out of Korea.
Does it feel very different?
It's, like a same song has a different meaning when you're just moving out of Korea. Like it brings different emotions. So for me, because I always travel between Korea and India, you get a kind of different vibe and different feel when you listen to the same song somewhere else. Try it.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yes.
Yeah, there are some songs that feel different. All right, and as you mentioned earlier in a recent television series, you revealed that you were a tour guide in India.
Yes.
So could you tell us a little more about that?
So when I first came to Korea in 1996, of course, my father, he decided to send me and my elder brother. And we were very lucky to find parents who could send us to Korea to study here. But the pocket money was a little, very much tight, I could just barely do many things. So the culture of doing albait in Korea was something I discovered for the first time. Because in India, the culture of alba maybe now exists, but back in the days, it wasn't like very common thing, like, oh no, you're not supposed to earn your own pocket money. Back in the days. Now things have changed.
Yeah.
So just to start earning something, I started doing a travel guide, and it was quite fun. I came to know about Korean culture because I was traveling with Korean people, and their mannerism and the way they, the timing of Korean people actually in general. Like in India, officially lunchtime starts from 1:30 p.m. Dinner starts from 7:30 p.m. In Korean, 12 p.m. everybody goes to lunch. 6 p.m. everybody's at the dinner table. So those kind of things, cultural differences, and the thought process, and also language. When you travel as a guide, you learn so many new words, and it helped a lot. Still helping me a lot in my career.
So you learned a lot about Korea, the culture.
Language.
Through the travelers who were visiting India.
Very politely, I would say, I wish I could have studied longer Korean language. I only did 3 levels of Korean, which is very elementary. The Korean I speak, I get a lot of good remarks, like, oh, you speak good Korean. I think when I was doing guide, I could practice my Korean a lot and learn a lot of idioms and phrases, which I still use in my bangsong. So I think it helped a lot. But I still feel, because I haven't learned Chinese characters and all that high level of Korean.
For example, like Tyler.
Well, see, I think like he's great, but I always think like every foreigner, every individual has his own forte. Like everybody knows something. So I think the way of connecting with Korean people, idioms and phrases, I think I have a stronger hand in that. I really learn a lot. Ajegek, I'm the master of it. 90s K-pop, 90s guy, not K-pop, 90s guy, oh, I can beat anyone.
I feel like you're expert in 생활 한국어, almost more Korean than any Koreans.
I feel more comfortable. I won't say I'm the best or expert, but I feel more comfortable.
I see. And what was it like to film a show with Korean staff in your home country?
Oh, we recently went to India, I think around April, to shoot this show called Videhan Guide, Incredible Guide.
April, so it really hasn't been that long.
It's not been long, but officially it's the summers of India. And this summer, you must have seen in the news, was crazy hot in India.
Oh, yeah.
Some places went till 50 degrees, but when we went, it was 45 degrees. So it was peak of summer. And but besides that, it was very much fun. We went with Mimi, Oh My Girl, and Bang Myung-soo, and Shin Hyun-jun, all these famous people. They really loved the food and culture. It's still on air. So yeah, if you get time, you can watch it on YouTube.
Oh, it must have been really hot. It's 45 degrees in April.
April.
Wow.
There are 2 good things. If you go in summer, official summer season starts from April and ends by June. So if you are busy, you have no other chance, but in summertime to go to India, there are 2 good positives. All the hotels are 50% off. because it's not the season time.
Wow.
There are not as many tourists on the street, so you can easily go and take your pictures at the beautiful spot. And one tip, if I want to give, avoid going out between 12 to 3 p.m. That's the most hottest time. If you go a little
12 to
early
3 p.m.
or go a little after 4, then it's not that bad. It's not very humid.
Oh, that's a great advice for anyone who's going to travel to India.
Yes.
So were there any extra pressure as the local expert when you had to guide?
There's of course, like, it's good to take pressure, but I think it's kind of the nature or the upbringing I have. I don't take pressure of anything in life. Like, because I know...
How is that possible?
How is that possible? Because if I take pressure, I can't do anything. I can't change much. Like even if I'm sitting with the Wonder Girl superstar here, like, if I take pressure, will it change anything? No. The best thing is be friend, as natural or whatever I know, my reality, truth, should be the way it should be. So I always don't take pressure, maybe a little bit, but I try to be who I am, rather trying to be somebody else. It helps a lot.
Wow, but sometimes the pressure just comes to you so naturally, like being nervous, for example.
Yes.
So when you feel nervous or pressured in some situation, how do you overcome it? Or
I have one routine, I would say. It's because of pressure or maybe routine, I don't know. I don't eat much while doing any broadcasting. Like even today,
me too.
Like I don't eat much, like I maybe have a cup of coffee or maybe a juice, that's it. I will eat something after the shoot. If I eat and start something, I feel very like my timing is not that good, or my thought is. And one more jinx, I would say. Like, I'm Indian, so we have a lot of mikona malgona. I always put my mic on the left side. I never put my mic on the right side.
I'm so glad I asked you this.
Because the audio technicians, because if you're talking to somebody on the right, the mic should be on the right side.
Yeah.
Today, fortunately, it's on the left side.
Yes.
So I always tell them, like, don't worry, I have a loud voice. Can you please put on the left side? And they're like, no, but right is better. I said, like, I tried to do it once and that was not the good show. Oh, we put on the left. So it's kind of a little bit of jinx I have.
So it's a jinx that you have.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
It's good to follow jinx to make everything best, Yeah.
And so that you feel more assured too.
I think it's a little bit of like a confidence, like, Ronaldo, whenever he goes to a football field, he always jumps and goes the line. So everybody has those small thing. Yeah. I don't know how much it helps or not. It just like spiritually or psychologically, it brings something in you like, oh, you're in your best shape to do that work.
Wow. It's a very, I love these TMIs.
Oh.
So are there any lesser known places in India that you would like to recommend to our listeners that you weren't able to introduce for the television show?
Koreans travel a lot, and there's so many YouTubers, thanks to them. Koreans, they know a lot about different places in different countries. Yeah. Even in India, there are a lot of people who are traveling. Fortunately or unfortunately, they always go to the same routine.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good and bad in a way, because you're very much used to it. The Ganges or the elephants, those the old city tours. But India is much more bigger and beyond that. So I always tell very politely, like, okay, if you go here, it's not bad, but try to go towards Rajasthan. Rajasthan is towards the west of the capital city, New Delhi, and it has a lot of culture, colors, and old palaces, which is made into a hotel. So even a city like Jaipur, which is 200 kilometers from Delhi, you need at least 3 days to see the whole thing. Wow. You can do the hot air balloon thing. It's so many things to do, which not many people know about.
I'm sure there are many hot spots that only locals know.
Like, I was not expecting this question, so I was a little... it's a very difficult thing to tell, like, what is a secret or a hidden gem of a country, like if I ask you, like...
That's true, yeah.
I would say it this way. If you want to go India, go 4 times and divide India into 4 zones: north, south, east, and west. Because India is very big, 33 times bigger than Korea. Like, you can travel for 60 hours by train within India itself. So keep a week for North India, or keep a week for South India. That way you can see so much of different India in one country, actually.
So India is not a place where you can just
we have 10 different ethnicity. We have over 30 languages, 3,000 dialects. Wow. Every state has their own wedding culture, like if you go towards East India, which not many people have discovered so far. In East India, there are 7 states, and their ethnicity is Mongolian, so they look very much like Korean. Their food culture is very similar to doenjang and stuff, which hasn't been discovered yet. So I can tell you, like, if we talk about India, you will have to call me next another 10 times here at least.
Wow, but I mean, it would be so much fun to travel India with you.
See, it's
the expert.
It's like an expert. I'm a good traveler because I don't have any fuss about like eating or sleeping. I eat everything. I can sleep anywhere. So if you can do that, you are a very good travel mate.
Wow.
So in that way, yes, if any TV show wants to travel with me, I'm very much happy.
Yeah, Lucky is like the best 여행 travel partner
You know,
anybody
when
can
you say
have.
expert and the best, that's the pressure I don't want to have. I'm like, okay, thank you, but
I feel like if we go traveling with you, we can have a really good time.
It's I would say the years of experience living in Korea and how Korean people, you know, like you can go to the best place in the world, but if you don't sleep properly, if you don't follow the time, everything, that experience could be really bad. I think more than the spot, it's also your condition, how
That's
you go
true.
there. Those
Condition, yes.
the small details, like what should be your first meal, what time you should go where. I think those things plays a lot of.
Yeah, you need to start off
Exactly.
with a good meal and
Like,
to have a good start.
Like imagine like if you have a friend visiting to Korea, Seoul, and you take on a very hot day to Namsan at 1 p.m.
Oh no.
That would be not easy to
That's
enjoy.
gonna ruin the
Exactly,
French day.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, there's so many things to consider.
Yes.
And as a former tour guide and a Korea expert, having lived here for nearly 30 years, what area would you recommend most to friends visiting Korea for the first time?
Oh, I'm very sure about like you can go. Korea has like even my ambassador. He asks me sometimes like, "Oh, Lucky, you've been here for such a long time. Recommend me."
I'm sure so many people ask you
Every-
this question.
For Indians, I usually recommend Gangwon-do. Why? Because from Delhi to South India, 3,000 kilometers, there is no big mountains. So for Indians to see a mountain and a river stream flowing next to it is like a paradise.
Wow.
So I always recommend Yangpyeong, Gapyeong. If you have more time, go towards Gangneung. The drive,
Gangneung? Oh, I love
because the
Gangneung.
drive from Seoul to Gangneung is so. For Indians, it's like it's a dream picture. But if you're just a global citizen and you just want to come to Korea, I say go to Jeonju. Because Jeonju sounds like it's very far from Seoul. It's like over 200 kilometers. But now, thanks to KTX, you can go a little more than 1 hour. And Jeonju, more than having those traditional Korean hanok houses,
they're so beautiful.
it has so much of cultural things to do. You can spend 3 days and you can still can't watch half of the things. There is a jazz cafes. There are so many activities you can do in Jeonju. And food-wise, I mean, even the famous bibimbap, Jeonju bibimbap is very globally well-known thing. So I recommend Jeonju for a lot of reasons to foreigners.
I don't think I've traveled to Jeonju before, but now hearing you talk, now I want to go to Jeonju for the bibimbap and the traditional hanoks and everything.
This is again thanks to television. I went to Jeonju for a TV show twice, and then we discovered all those beauties.
So you
that
must know all the hot spots in Jeonju
exactly
thanks to the television show.
Yes, yes, that's why I enjoy this work.
You get to learn about the
Yes.
best things. I love 국내 여행.
Oh, I think.
Traveling in Korea. There's so much to see here.
I mean, now, like, first thing I realized, correct if I'm wrong, Koreans, by genre, they love traveling. Like, if you go to any domestic or international airport, they're going to some destination, Southeast Asia or Europe, anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But Korea has so many good destinations inside it. Like,
That's so
and thanks
true.
to my travel, like from Mokpo to Yeosu to, like, you go anywhere. The food
It's always amazing.
It's amazing.
Always, yeah.
If you like Korean food, the barbecue and the beauty and the activities, every city has so much of activities to do. You just have to discover a little bit more, and I think you can enjoy your summer vacations within Korea as well.
Oh, speaking of activities, do you like water sports and
Everything, like
active
I
sports?
love rafting, I love climbing, hiking.
Wow.
Like you know, like I'm an ajashi, 46 years old, but I still like to live my life young.
You don't look 46 at all.
I am 46. It's the truth. I think that's the one truth everybody knows.
Oh, so you're a very active person, of
Yes,
course.
yes.
So
It's my joke. I always say like the moment you relax, that's when you became old. So the best.
then I'm old because I
No?
love to relax. I'm a homebody. I like to stay at home and read books.
I was talking about Indian people. Yeah. Just kidding.
Oh, then when you have free time,
Yes.
do you like to stay at home or do you like to go outside and
I
do
can
something?
stay at home, but somehow I'm a very out. Like I like recently I've been into golf. So last 2 years I'm playing like anytime I get, I'm playing golf. So yes,
With your friends?
with my friends. So
Go rounding?
yeah, go rounding. I wake up at 4, start at 6, finish at 10, then I do
Wow.
my work. So that way I'm a little active. But people think like I don't stay in home, I don't want to have my own time. I do manage to have my own time. Like usually when we travel a lot for our TV work. So the managers are driving, which I'm very thankful to. But we have 4 or 5 hours doing nothing. So you can sleep, do your reading, or now I say like you don't need light or book to read. You can hear books actually.
Audiobooks.
Audiobooks are the best thing. You
Yeah,
know,
they
like,
read for you.
yeah, and if the best thing, if you don't much time, get an AI app, ask them to read 10 books for you and give the summary of you. That's so beautiful. If you want to say, like, if you don't want to read all of it, okay, AI, read this book for me and give me the summary for that. So you can, in short time, you can learn a lot.
Yeah, but there's still the beauty in reading, paper books.
Yes.
The
Yes.
smell of
Yes.
woods and
Yes. It's,
I'm more of an analog FM person. So.
See, I always think what you say is absolutely right. The feel, the paper touch, it's amazing, beautiful. But we are living in such, like, for you, you're a superstar, so you don't have to do many things. I'm not a superstar. I have to earn my bread and butter, so I'm busy with that.
Me too.
So I think it saves a lot of time because
That's true,
also
yeah.
the beauty, the essence is also very important. But now we're living we're doing multiple things. So
That's
yeah.
very true.
Rather
yeah.
not doing at all, I try to reach at some point.
Oh, very 효율적인.
It's Indian philosophy, very Indian
yes.
philosophy. Indians are like, especially my age group, we are very much philosophical that way.
Oh, I love that. But you're right. It's very. It saves up a lot of time, and that's time is gold. Is
Yes.
everything. And all right, so it's time for another song break. And next up on Lucky's playlist for the day are Dolphin by Oh My Girl and also Together by Jannabi. We just heard Jannabi and their song Together, and before that was Dolphin by Oh My Girl. And if you're just tuning in, I'm joined by former badminton player Lucky for this week's Good Vibes Only. Ooh, I love these two songs.
This is very, like, it's a lot of, like, again, these are my favorite songs, but when I travel abroad, I listen to these songs again, and it brings a different vibe.
You were telling me that Dolphin,
Yeah.
a member of Oh My Girl was...
Yes, Mimi. She went with me to India for the show, and she collaborated with a Bollywood dancing group
That's
for this song.
amazing.
Oh my goodness, we had so much of fun. It was fantastic. If you guys get time, do check it out on YouTube. That's really nice.
Yeah, we were just watching it on YouTube, and it looks like a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Many of my listeners know that I'm a fan of Bollywood dance. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Bollywood? No?
No,
You
but
should go there. They would like you. You would be like the princess in the Bollywood movie.
I would. I hope someday I could wear the Indian
Yes.
traditional dress and.
If you can do
Dance.
that and hashtag, I know there are a lot of fans in India for Wonder. I'm not just selling it to make you happy. I know like Indians right
make
now,
me happy.
the K-pop wave in India, it's been discovered in last 3-4 years. So for them, it's like a new gem.
Right.
So you guys, if you go, you will realize how much love you will get in India. Please, like if you get a chance, just say Namaste India,
Namaste,
India for
India.
India fans, and they will love it.
Of course. Oh, and Jannabi song, I've heard it for the first time, but
Yeah.
you were telling me about the beautiful TV series.
Yes, it's from a TV. It's a OST for
soundtrack.
Moving, and
Moving.
it's one of my favorite K-dramas series. It has so much of emotions. The students, they're kind of little mini X-Men, and the friendship and the jealousy and everything. But it's really nice. If you get time, do watch it.
I will definitely check it out. Thanks for the recommendation. Channabi, and it's the soundtrack of the TV series Moving. We'll have to check that out. All right, and now your YouTube channel, Samosa, we're going to talk about that. Samosa, you're doing it with fellow 비정상회담 cast, Alberto from Italy and Daniel from Germany. Right.
Yes.
So how did the three of you get together?
So we met on the show first. And, you know, like when you work, of course, they're all good people, good friends. But when you work in the same agency, the chances of working together become more higher.
The three of you are in the same
agency. So we are represented by the same agency. So we have same manager. So, of course, your time schedule. And so I think 4 years back when COVID happened, we had some schedule left. And three of us just sat down and we were eating samosa at my restaurant and decided to start a YouTube channel called Samosa. And that's how it happened.
So it just happened like that?
That's like we just started with two broken handphone cameras, no mic. We are not YouTube experts. Still, if you see the comment section of the channel, people still say like, guys, invest a little bit on the camera or on the mic. We still do it on a very, the cost production of our episode, you will be surprised. It's super dirt cheap. We don't spend. We have one cameraman who's also the producer and the editor, and 3 handphone we do on that. We don't have a writer or anything. We just
no cameras, no lightings, just 3 mobile phones.
This is like new world. Wow, beautiful. Like,
lots of lightings here,
you
right?
look beautiful, right? Yeah. We just wanted to make it focus more on the organic content. What happens when you have a topic and you try to prepare for it too much, you become very robotic. I'm not saying like preparation is a bad thing.
Yes.
Preparation is a good thing, but you do a lot of TV work, and I respect and appreciate Chakanyans for that. But sometimes you need a content where like if like I meet him like, okay, let's talk about this thing. And we start in 10 minutes. For next 1 hour, whatever is coming is your first thought. But when you start, like if the question is given to like a day before,
if you start planning
you will do this. Oh, this would sound good. This will be perfect. This will be. So you become little
robotic.
And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. So just to get a different way.
Absolutely, I agree with you. And I mean, I have a YouTube channel too.
Okay,
I'm
please.
not.
If you need a guest, please.
Oh, we'd love to. Be as a guest.
Yes. But you have to be our guest on Samosa first.
Oh, exactly. On Samosa. On Samosa.
just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not doing YouTube very frequently nowadays, but when I first began doing YouTube, I did notice that somehow it began to just feel like another broadcasting show.
Yes.
So that's not really the vibe, the 감성 of YouTube, right? So you got what you're doing, just what's raw.
It's also the 감성, and also like when YouTube production becomes too expensive, that's when it starts to die. Because you have to make sure you're not burning too much of money in it. It's not because you don't want to spend on quality, of course, but just that little rogue, the little untouched, that feels like, this is what I'm watching on my small screen.
A little bit like a Bikup 감성 is what we're looking for, right?
I mean, like always say, like we always try to use our expertise and say, like if we try to make everything perfect, then that becomes little not fun. I always enjoy when things are little unperfect. Like that little gap brings a lot of joy and emotions.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we're all thinking. So that's why people are kind of shifting it more into YouTube because of the reality it gives.
But like again, like there's no set of rule for like, oh, this is the recipe for YouTube. No, if you're doing your way, if it works, it works. But Samosa, we are doing it this way. It is working for us so far. If it's not working in future, maybe we will change again. We'll adapt. So there is no recipe. There is no set of rule like this is the Bible, the book. You will become a successful.
There is no such thing.
You will have to find your own way.
Right. So what's the main content of your show?
Well, because we are from the famous show Non-Summit, you were the guest.
Yes.
And it's a debate-based show. Like we try to entertain ideas from different part of the world. So we always talk about topic and debate and bring some guests. That's how we start the beginning, but it's a mix and match of everything. We try to go to the local markets. We also try to eat Korean food while we're talking about something else. So it's not a complete mukbang where we're just like crazy about food or we're trying to like, we're just casually eating food and also talking about the food culture of our respective countries.
So you're giving lots of informations about your country and also enjoying food,
like,
and having having a conversation with friends.
Yes.
It's a casual.
So we have 3-4 major series sections. One is all about series where we bring 2 foreigners from that country. Like so, if it's all about India, there will be one more Indian. So when we did that, there was a female. So we were just trying to see the perspective of a male and a female and a different age group of the same country. So
I saw the episode with Needy.
Yes, so she was
Needy.
So
She was on our show too.
Yes, so Needy was there, and she comes from a different city. I'm from a different city, so we represent 2 different Indias at the same time. Same with Alberto. There was an Italian. So that series is also very popular. So yeah.
And I love that you and Alberto and Daniel are doing the show together, because Alberto and Daniel they're one of my favorite, 2 of my favorite members of 비정상 Rhythm.
Yeah, they're amazing. I mean, again, Daniel, I always say this very honestly, like, of course, he's a good brother, so we do a lot of jokes together. But if you listen his words, they're very, like, very, very clear on your ears. They're very, how to say, like, 편안하다? Like, 듣기 편안한 목소리.
Like candy to
Candy,
your
yes, exactly. 듣기 편안한 목소리. Maybe because he's a pianist. Whereas Alberto, because he studied Chinese for 7 years, so he does not, like a lot of people say, his pronunciation is not that great, but his deep knowledge about Korean language, he knows certain words, how they are, the origin of the words are. He has a very good knowledge. And he has this amazing sense of humor, the Italian sense of humor, you know, like he has this knack. So all 3 of us, different characters, but together I think it's fun for the audience.
Yeah, together you guys are you guys make a perfect team.
We are getting old, you know, it's not easy.
All right, well, we're going to take another quick song break. Again, off of Lucky's playlist. Here is 예뻤어, You Were Beautiful by Day 6, followed by Lauv and his song Love You Like That. We just heard Love You Like That by Lauv, and before that it was 예뻤어, You Were Beautiful by Day 6. Oh, 2 beautiful songs.
Very nice.
I'm so surprised by Lauv singing in Korean himself.
Yeah, like his songs get very popular, especially with Elemental, the movie by Pixar. That was really nice. But this song, you know, not many people realize, Lauv really loves Korea a lot.
Yeah.
And for his Korean fans, he sang this song in a Korean version. So the part of the lyrics were sang by him in Korean.
That's amazing. I didn't know until you mentioned it today.
See, this is all the research I do for your show.
Wonderful. Well, it's almost time to say goodbye already. Well, thank you so much for coming and for sharing your good vibes and lucky vibes with us today.
See you finally. Yes, thank you
and
very
hope
much.
you have a wonderful Monday and a wonderful week as well. And please come back anytime.
Thank you. Like I always say, Monday is my Sunday. I'm loving it.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you and goodbye.
See you. Bye.
All right, we're going to say goodbye to Lucky and close the show with Clouds by 오존. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been 우혜림 with producers 홍서령 and 권태령 and writer Liz. Have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow.
오늘의 같은 우리를 봐